Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln, and we start this week's edition of the Racehorse Digest with 1997's Thoroughbred champions and a racing milestone from 1932. Well, the Eclipse Awards in 10 equine categories and 5 people were announced last week by the Thoroughbred Racing Association. The champions are decided by 3 separate voting groups: the TRA Racing Secretaries, the Daily Racing Form, and the National Turf Riders. Let's meet the Eclipse Award winners, racing's champions for 1997.
To find racing's best 2-year-olds, you only had to go to the barn of trainer Patrick Byrne. The juvenile filly champion, Countess Diana, who won 5 of 6 races, including the Breeders' Cup juvenile fillies, by 8.5 lengths. Even better was Burns' 2-year-old colt Favorite Trick, with a perfect 8-for-8 campaign and this season-ending exclamation point, a 5.5-length romp in the Breeders' Cup juvenile, which made him the early favorite for this year's Kentucky Derby. The Breeders' Cup Distaff winner, Agena, gave her owner and breeder Alan Paulson yet another Eclipse champion as the top 3-year-old filly. The 3-year-old colt was an easy choice. Bob and Beverly Lewis's Silver Charm, last year's Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner. In the 4 and up categories, Robert Clay and Tracy Farmer's Hidden Lake may have disappointed in the Breeders' Cup, but her 4 graded stakes wins in New York, including 3 Grade 1 victories, earned her the Eclipse. In the 4 and up male category, Skip Away clinched his title on Breeders' Cup Day when he won the Classic by 6 lengths, the gap of 4-year-old season, where he won over $4 million. On the turf, Chief Bearheart became the 5th Breeders' Cup Day champion to earn an Eclipse, while the female turf title went to European champion Ryafan, who won all 3 of her Grade 1 U.S. starts. The sprint champion was Smoke Glacken. He had not raced since July, but he won his last 3 starts. The champion steeplechase horse of familiar name, as 9-year-old Lonesome Glory, won his 4th title, scoring Grade 1 wins in the Carolina and Colonial Cup steeplechase races. Now to the 4 human categories voted by the 3 divisions. There were 3 split votes. The owner of the year in Thoroughbred racing went to Skip Away's favorite lady, Carolyn Hine, getting the nod over Silver Charm's owners Bob and Beverly Lewis. For trainer of the year, Bob Baffert won his first Eclipse, edging Patrick Byrne. The champion jockey was Jerry Bailey for an unprecedented 3rd consecutive year. He did it with no cigar. Sharing the apprentice jockey Eclipse are Roberto Rosado and Philip Teeter. The outstanding breeder of the year, selected by a 6-person panel, Mr. and Mrs. John Mabie's Golden Eagle Farm. Now it's a race to the wire to decide the horse of the year between the champion older horse Skip Away, who won over $4 million, including the richest race in the world, the Breeders' Cup Classic, and the perfect 2-year-old Favorite Trick, undefeated in all 8 starts, winner of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. The announcement of who wins the Gold Eclipse for Horse of the Year in 1997 will be made at the TRA Convention February 10th in Palm Springs, California.
In our new Remembering feature, we look back at racing history, January 14th, 1932. It was on this date that a young jockey named Eddie Arcaro won his first race at Aguascalientes in Mexico. Arcaro went on to win 4,779 races and became known as the Master, the only jockey in history to win 2 Triple Crowns, Whirlaway in 1941. And in 1948, he won the crown again on Citation. Arcaro died this past November 7th at age 81, but 66 years ago this week, he rode his very first winner. National Car Rental Racehorse Digest is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. By Alan and Madeline Paulson's Brookside Farms. And by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Get away from the ordinary and discover the extraordinary Las Vegas. Call your travel agent today.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At National Car Rental, we believe that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. Because at most major airports in America, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. National Car Rental.
Let's go!
Brookside Farms in Versailles, Kentucky is home to one of Thoroughbred Racing's leading sires, Theatrical. An Eclipse and Breeders' Cup champion, has already produced 9 stakes horses and a track record setter in 1997. Leading the way is Alan Paulson's multiple Grade 1 winner on dirt and turf, Jerry, winning the Grade 1 $500,000 Woodbine Mile, defeating the top-ranked Gentleman. Theatrical at Brookside Farms, Versailles, Kentucky.
These days, we could all use more endurance. Say about 24 hours worth. I know I could. And now I've got it. Because now the Odor Fighter's a new high-endurance deodorant lasts even longer. New high-endurance lasts a full 24 hours. No one else is this strong, this long. Plus, it's got this new Pure Sports scent. So now you can smell better, longer. Guaranteed. Or call 1-800-PROVE-IT and Old Spice will buy you a stick of yours. Hey, no matter what you're into, now you've got all the endurance you need. A full 24 hours. Guaranteed.
Sleet.
Feel the heat.
Chill.
Experience the thrill.
Snow.
Just go. Break away for 3 days and 2 nights of the world's best racing at Gulfstream Park.
Call 1-800-406-RACE. Packages start from just $4.49 a person, including airfare, rental car, deluxe hotel, and more.
Excite your senses with a thrilling, all-inclusive racing weekend from just $4.49.
Only at Gulfstream Park. Call 1-800-406-RACE today.
Here's a look at the very early money leading thoroughbreds of 1998. And you'll be seeing the races that put them at the top of the standings as we begin our race recap. In Southern California, the Grade 3 Santa Isabel stake. It's 3-year-old fillies at 1 1/16. Here's the field with closing odds presented by Las Vegas. Lovelock, the strong 1-5 favorite under Kent DeSomo, also getting support. East side, west side at 3-1. Here's Trevor Denman's call to Santa Isabel. Watch the Grey filly Lovelock breaking from the #1 post.
Oh, where they go. Lovelock bounced away quickly from the inside gate, and Mame Son Miss is going to take the second spot. East side, west side, sent along in the gold sleeves. Noni's Dancer Alley dropping in behind them, and Continental Leo at no early speed as last 8 lengths off these leaders. They run to the 7/8, and the favorite Lovelock going to make all her own running. There's east side, west side up alongside. So the 2 favorites going out here in a ding-dong match race, and they certainly flying out here. Lovelock at the rail, east side, west side. Couldn't be going any quicker. They've cleared off by 5. Mame Son Miss is racing in 3rd, and then there's a big gap of 7 lengths back to Continental Lee and Noni's Dancer Alley. They run down the backstretch, and Lovelock down at the rail, east side, west side. They stride for stride, nose and nose out here. 6 lengths further back comes Mame Son Miss, a clear-cut 3rd. And then there's another 6 lengths back to Noni's Dancer Alley and Continental Lee as last. They strung out, less than a half mile to go now in the Santa Isabel, and it's Lovelock down at the rail, and east side, west side, and neck back in 2nd. Now Lovelock starting to inch away with 3/8 to go. 5 lengths back, Mame Son Miss, and then Noni's Dancer Alley coming to the quarter pile, and east side, west side just folded, leaving Lovelock all on her own now. Lovelock clear, Noni's Dancy Alley coming with a run on the outside, and Mame Son Miss trying to hang tough at the rail. Heads a turn for home, Lovelock clear by 5 lengths. Noni's Dancer Alley in the white blinkers running a game 1 and coming after her on the outside. Lovelock clear, Noni's Dancer Alley giving a game chase in 2nd. Lovelock still 4 clear with a 16th to go though, and Lovelock just a little too good for them. Lovelock goes on to take the Santa Isabella, a very game Noni's Dancer Alley 2nd.
Michael Tabor's Lovelock, an impressive winner here in the Santa Isabella Stakes. Lovelock, a daughter of Silver Ghost, winning by 3.5. This followed by her Grade 1 Hollywood Starlet triumph, which she won by 11 lengths. Lovelock, a $62,000 Keeneland yearling purchase, ridden here by Kent DeSomo. The 3-year-old has now won 5 of 10 career starts. She'll win next month in the Grade 1 Las Virgenes Stakes. Santa Anita Saturday, the 61st running of the San Pasquale Handicap, a $200,000 Grade 2 event. This one for 4 and up, going 1 1/16. Gary Stevens is on board the 3-1 favorite, Invitato Mio.
They come to the top of the lane. Awesome Days. Flicker's running a good one, although caught 4 wide. Hal's Pal in the white sleeves, still battling on. Gamely 2, and Invitato Mio alongside of that is Malik in the blue cap. They come for home, and Hal's Pal is battling them all off. Hal's Pal finds more. Malik and Flick chase him home, but it's a huge run from Hal's Pal, and Hal's Pal and Brice Blanc win the San Pasquale.
Hal's Pal, the British import, trained by another British import, young Ben Cecil, earns his first graded stakes win for the Addison Racing Limited Group. The 5-year-old son of Caerleon, the stallion of Ireland's Coolmore stud, was timed in 1:41.4 on the wet track. Never a horse for the turf. Hal's Pal 0 for 12 on the grass before equaling the track record for 7 furlongs on the dirt at Hollywood Park last November. 9 3-year-olds went to the post for the 41st running of the $100,000 San Miguel Stakes. A race at 6 furlongs on the main track. Trainer Bobby Baffert's Committa Size on the board as the 4 to 5 choice. Here's Trevor Denman with the call.
They come to the top of the lane. The long shot, Rio Oro, goes on, leads by 2. In second, we have Iron Cat. Now Jigwater's got to dig deep and find more. Committa Size on the grandstand side. Cat Doctor running home late, but it's his big long shot. Rio Oro still in front with a 16th to go. And Rio Oro keeping on, finding more. And it's going to be Rio Oro to cause the upset. Rio Oro, a convincing winner from Iron Cat.
The Arizona import, Rio Oro, who is 7 for 8 back in Arizona, makes his 3-year-old debut in California, an impressive win in the San Miguel Stakes. Rio Oro, trained by Debbie Ferguson, owned by Larry Wells, the dark brown gelding, covering the 6 furlongs in 1:08.3. Mike Peckham's Committa Size, the heavy favorite, faded to 4th. You've articulated Bobby Baffert, the trainer, said, and I quote, "My horse just can't run that fast." Now let's travel to South Florida. Winter racing at Gulfstream Park Sunday, the Grade 3 $100,000 McDermott handicap. Race open to 3-year-olds and up at a distance of 1 mile and 3/8 on the turf. Jose Santos is up on the 2 to 1 choice, Salicious.
Identity full out second, Schlisius on the inside third, followed by Incott the 4th, then Sentimental Moi, Skillington, and Lafitte the Pirate, and they head for home, and an Identity blew the turn. It's all Copy Editor coming to the last 8th with the lead. Copy Editor's full of run, 4 lengths ahead of Schlisius and Incott, then Lafitte the Pirate, and they're coming down to the final 16th. It's Copy Editor in control. Copy Editor beneath Jerry Bailey to win the McDermott by 3.5 on the wire.
Copy Editor easily taking the handicap here by 3 lengths for Team Valor. The 6-year-old son of Maudlin out of Lady Shill, covering the distance in 2:16.3 under the ride of jockey Jerry Bailey. The victory, the 3rd of the day for Bailey. He's been red hot in Florida. His 3rd straight triple win race day. Copy Editor's trainer Marty Wilson missing the winner's circle. His wife Carla underwent surgery earlier in the day after being kicked by a horse at the family farm. This is Saturday action from Gulfstream, the Grade 3 Broward Handicap. 7 3-year-olds to the post for the Grade 3 $100,000 race, the distance 1 mile and 1/16. Trainer Rusty Arnold had the 2 to 1 favorite here, Delay of Game.
Coming to the top of the stretch, here comes Sir Bear. Gearing up on the outside, and Sir Bear is in front at the top of the stretch. Kiradashi is second. Delay of Game has given it up, and Black Forest still in with a chance. 1 furlong left. Sir Bear driving, 2-length lead. Black Forest full out, coming to him. 16th pole. Sir Bear still there, 1.5 lengths. Black Forest on the outside. Sir Bear, Black Forest streaking toward the line. Here's the finish. Sir Bear got it by a 1/2 length.
Sir Bear returns $55 to win the Broward Handicap for owner and breeder Barbara Smolin. The 5-year-old gelding, conditioned by Ralph Zadie, completing the distance in 1:43.1. He was 3rd last time out in the Fred Hooper Handicap just 10 days earlier. Sir Bear earning his first graded stakes win here, as does his jockey Enrique Rorado. Affectionately known as Big Bear around the barn, Sir Bear has now won 3 of 4 starts on the Gulfstream main track. As you look at Sir Bear, he has now earned over $262,000 for his connections, the Florida-bred son of Sir Leon. Last Wednesday at Gulfstream Park, the Old Hat Stakes for 3-year-old fillies at 6 furlongs. The race valued at $75,000. 7 ladies going to the post. Nancy's Glitter, who swept the filly division of last year's Florida Stallion Stakes, the 8 to 5 choice.
Coming to the top of the stretch, Evening Hush and Rave continue to do battle. Jerry's punching with a chance on the outside. Sizzling Half, 44-2. Cotton House Bay and Nancy's Glitter toiling at the back of the pack in the final furlong. Evening Hush shrugs off Rave. It's Evening Hush in front. Here comes Cotton House Bay, and she's closing on the outside, but it's going to be Evening Hush as they come down to the line. Evening Hush reports home to win here by 3. Cotton House Bay second.
Evening Hush, undefeated in her racing career of 3 starts, picks up the Old Hat Stakes. This filly by St. Bellano was trained by Stanley Huff, ridden here by Robbie Davis.
Evening Rush had an abbreviated career as a 2-year-old with sore shins and a knee chip, but came back fresh after a 7-month rest. Jockey Robbie Davis said after the race, this may just be the best 2-year-old filly he's ever been on. Nancy's better got out of the gate too slow to be a factor in the race. She finished last. It's head up to Aqueduct Racetrack in New York, the Big A, for the Count Fleet Handicap held this past Saturday. The distance, 1 mile and 70 yards. This one open to 3-year-olds. The race worth $50,000. Risky Buy, the 2 to 5 favorite here, but the Count Fleet will go to Classic Time, leading to the wire. This 3-year-old colt stretches it out to a 5-length victory. Classic Time was moving up to Stakes Company from a maiden victory on December 19th. The colt was ridden here by Aaron Grider. He's now won 2 of his 3 career starts. His first stakes win. Classic Time, trained by Joseph Orseno, who won the race last year with Real Star. The winning time for Classic Time in the Count Fleet, 1:40.4. This chestnut was purchased for $50,000 as a winning at the Keeneland sales by owner Deborah Shire.
Reminder, the 1998 Breeders' Cup National Stakes program kicks off this Sunday, January 17th, with the $300,000 San Fernando Breeders' Cup at Santa Anita. This will be the first of 86 National Stakes races at 45 tracks worth more than $13.5 million. What a way to start this year's program, as Sunday's San Fernando expected to feature last year's Kentucky Derby winner, Silver Charm. Stay right there. We're about to see the fastest 300-yard time in the history of quarter horse racing.
Looking for a way to heat up January? Look no further. Fire up with Encore for some of Hollywood's best movies. And the biggest stars. Talking to me? A different movie every night in prime time. Uncut and commercial free.
I'm Tony Castriota. I've been on West Liberty Avenue for 45 years helping Pittsburghers select the right car or truck. Today, 65% of Castriota Chevrolet business is repeat and referral customers. We treat you with respect, delivering a deal we can both live with. Anyone can advertise low prices, but you better deliver.
Here's proof with 98 Cavaliers from $10,611 and 98 Luminas from $15,979.
We're Castriota Chevrolet, West Liberty Avenue, up from the Liberty Tubes.
It's the last chance to see college football's most talented seniors before they graduate to the next level. The Hooters Hula Bowl, Sunday at 4, only on ESPN.
We move to the quarter horses now, the National Car Rental Racehorse Digest, 1997. A very fast year in quarter horse racing. Numerous track records fell across the nation. Some of the fastest clockings in the sport's history were recorded. Well, hang on. We're off to a blazing start in 1998, if this year's first stakes race is any indication. Let's go to Sunland Park, New Mexico. The Sunland Express Handicap. Last year in this race, the Rainbow Royale set a new 300-yard track record. He's back to defend his title. Part of the entry was Taking Risks.
Here we go. In the Sunland Express Handicap, and a good start for Taking Risks on the middle, and Gridiron Special, those two out the quickest to battle for the lead, and Dashing Daw off on the outside, but Taking Risks has the lead over Gridiron Special. Taking Risks, Gridiron Special, and Dashing Daw. Taking Risks in the Sunland Express Handicap.
You just saw AQHA racing history as Taking Risks blows away stablemate, the Rainbow Royale, and the entire Sunland Express field, winning by a length and a quarter in an amazingly fast 14 91/100 seconds. The mark not only smashed the track record, it will go down as the fastest 300 yards ever recorded. That pending the normal AQHA review. Taking Risks, career best performance was her 6th lifetime victory in 19 tries. The 4-year-old mare is owned by Enrique Carrion, trained by Ben Torre. Jockey Brett Shipley was aboard for this record-breaking effort. Speaking of jockeys, Kenny Hart, one of the greats of quarter horse racing, has called it a career after 35 years in the saddle. 50-year-old Hart retires as the sport's all-time leading rider with over 3,200 victories. That's after starting his pari-mutuel riding career back in New Mexico in the late 60s. Hart spent a good deal of quality time headquartered at Los Alamitos in Southern California, where he holds the all-time record for stakes victories with 133. Many of those winners conditioned by quarter horse racing's all-time leading trainer, Blaine Schwanevelt, whom Hart was the regular jockey during much of the 70s and 80s. In the 90s, Kenny Hart returned to the Southwest. He continued his stakes-winning ways right up until his retirement. Included was the 1995 All-American Derby aboard Meter Me Gone. He was trained by Hart's good friend and riding contemporary, Danny Cardoza. Kenny Hart won the prestigious year-end Champion of Champions race twice. First in 1978 aboard Miss Thermalark, and more recently in 1991 on Joe Kirk Fulton's World Champion Special Leader. Now, Joe Kirk Fulton will have Kenny Hart all to himself. The former rider assumes his new position as Fulton's private trainer. If he's half as good as he was as a jockey, trainer Kenny Hart will do just fine.
Good luck, Kenny, a class guy. For more information on the fastest equine breed, the American Quarter Horse, call toll-free 1-800-414-RIDE. Get your passport ready, race fans. We're heading to Hong Kong.
Let's go!
As a business traveler, you can choose from thousands of places to stay. But when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental. Because when you join National's Emerald Club, you can bypass the counter, choose your own car, and get on the road fast. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. National Car Rental.
It was the perfect end to the perfect season. Now, Sports Illustrated honors Tom Osborne and his Nebraska Cornhuskers with an exclusive national championship package free with your paid subscription to SI. Start out with a true collector's dream. This hardbound, gold-lettered, individually numbered SI National Championship commemorative free. You'll get a game-by-game look at the Huskers' dramatic season, plus an in-depth salute to Tom Osborne's historic coaching career. It's a collector's edition to savor forever. Call now and you'll also get this special commemorative hat celebrating Nebraska's 3rd national championship in 4 years. Both the hardbound commemorative and hat are free when you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 57% off the cover price. Use your credit card. It's a celebration of Tom Osborne and Nebraska no Husker fan can be without. 2 great gifts free from Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Own a professional sports team at a bargain price. Get into American Quarter Horse Racing. Experience the excitement of your very own runner competing in your colors. Then invite your envious friends to join you in the winner's circle. Visit your star players anytime you like, and they'll never ask for a raise. So dig in, hang on, and let the dirt fly. The AQHA can get you started with free information. Call 1-800-414-RIDE.
One of the year's first national jockey standing, Jerry Bailey rules the East. He's already made over $500,000 in the first 2 weeks. Meanwhile, Corey Nakatani and Kent DeSomo are battling in the West. Last month, we were the guests of the Hong Kong Jockey Club for its International Day of Races. In this, the first of a special 2-part series, we invite you to join us for racing Hong Kong style.
It is hard to comprehend the impact thoroughbred racing has on this small island of 6 million people. Racing just 2 days a week and only 75 days a year from early September through mid-June, Hong Kong bets more than all of North America in an entire year, almost $12 billion. The club's new executive is U.S.-educated Mr. Larry Wong.
Hong Kong Jockey Club is probably one of the most unique institution. It's first started out as a totally non-profit organization that, aside from being the largest tax collector for the government, our Jockey Club contributed something like between 10 to 11% of the total tax collected by Hong Kong government. Now then, at the end of the year, the Jockey Club donates every penny back to the society in forms of charity donations. And last year that we donated roughly about, in U.S. dollars terms, about $113 million.
There are 2 tracks in Hong Kong. The older Happy Valley course near downtown, mostly for night racing. And the more modern 70,000-seat Sha Tin race course for Saturday afternoon racing and major events like the recent International Series. Sha Tin is also where all racehorses are stabled and trained. Racing and betting is a passion in Hong Kong, and nowhere is that more evident than at the Jockey Club's telebet facility at Sha Tin, where phone betting is handled.
We have a total at the moment over 750,000 telephone betting accounts, and we have over 3,300 telephone operators. On an ordinary day, we take over 600,000 telephone calls during race meeting, and today it's one of the most important racing fixtures on our calendar. Today, I expect we will have over 800,000 telephone calls.
Nick Clark of the International Racing Bureau understands the worldwide impact on the racing industry that Hong Kong has.
What we're looking here at Sha Tin and the race this afternoon, we're seeing a glimpse of the 21st century. This is how racing will be presented in the 21st century. This is the model here, as the rest of Asia is showing this industry.
Next in our series, how racing works in Hong Kong and the future since the takeover by mainland China.
And those times, the Racehorse Digest next week, Wednesday, 3:30 Eastern for our first play in the second part of our Hong Kong series.
British man of war passing Skull Point. Prime the cannon.
I can see my room from here.
Let me show you my Vegas.
Nice enough to light the whole place up for me.
First time to Vegas?
Yes.
And you?
My third. My 44th trip. Winner, winner, lobster dinner.
So much deal. People are so exciting.
Mine's a blue convertible.
And you, my lad, have to walk the plank.
No need to spit. Anything, all the time. That's Las Vegas.
It's the first Grand Slam of the year, and the top seeds are all over it. But a few upstarts are making noise, and down under, anything can happen. The Australian Open. Coverage begins Sunday night at 12:30 on ESPN2.
The National Car Rental Racehorse Digest is being brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. By Gainsborough Farm. And by the American Quarter Horse Association, serving the American quarter horse racing industry and America's horse. It's time now for our Brookside News Thoroughbred Update. The 5-day Keeneland Genuine Horses of All Age sale is underway. Tuesday's session produced a sale record-shattering January price for a yearling, $3.4 million. Irish bloodstock agent Demi O'Byrne, acting for John Magner and Michael Tabor, purchased the yearling filly by seeking the gold out of the Nijinsky II mare, Number. Well, it's a bit of a delay for Free House coming back to the races. One of last year's Triple Crown stars, the Grey Roan, has had a setback in training, will not make his 4-year-old debut until later this spring. Free House jumped into last year's Triple Crown picture when he won the Santa Anita Derby by a head over Silver Charm. We'll look back to seeing Free House probably sometime in April. And a good friend of ours, racing executive Mike Mackey, is back at Hialeah, where he served there in the mid-1980s. Good to have him back in racing. And a final happy birthday to Hall of Fame trainer Leroy Jolly. Happy birthday, Leroy. Ground transportation provided by National Car Rental. For worldwide reservations, call 1-800-CAR-RENT. Or join us next week on the Racehorse Digest. We'll have champion Silver Charms race to San Fernando. Part 2 of our series on racing in Hong Kong. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.